In a little less than 2 hours, the U.S. Supreme Court will begin a debate over Arizona's controversial immigration law, SB 1070. Specifically, the justices will decide if state law trumps federal law. ABC 15's Brian McElhatton working on this from our newsroom this morning. And Brian, just moments ago, you explained the broad ramifications of the ruling. But how did we get to this point? Good morning.
Good morning to you, Connie. This can really be confusing, especially since this is a story that has played out over nearly 2 years. So there are 4 key provisions in this law that have really propelled it into a firestorm, into the national spotlight, and now this morning into the U.S. Supreme Court. So I've made a list for you. If I can show that to you now, we can go down this list and look at these 4 big questions around this. The first provision, if police can ask a person's immigration status if they suspect they're here illegally, for example, during a traffic stop. Second, police can make an arrest without a warrant if the person committed a crime that could lead to deportation. Third, it's a crime for undocumented immigrants to find or perform work. And fourth, if non-U.S. citizens must carry documents at all times. Those are 4 key provisions, again, in SB 1070 that have drawn so much criticism, that have irked factions within the Obama administration that's caused a lot of the fire on this. So now the Supreme Court today will take a look at all of this, and they'll decide, first and foremost, if Arizona even has the right to craft a law like this. And then we'll go down and look at the other provisions as time goes on and as further court cases, I'm sure, come about, Connie. So coming up in about a half hour, we'll talk with you more about the ramifications for this story. We've also made calls to the stakeholders involved, both for and against. We're waiting to hear back from them to weigh in on this, and we'll pass it along to you as soon as we hear from them.
And of course, SB 1070 on the books for June. Most of the time, these kind of things happen on a Monday or a Thursday. We're hoping it happens today as we continue to cover it. But Brian, both of us at this point, no confirmation yet that it will hit the books today.
That's right. It could very likely begin today. Now, will a ruling be issued today? We're not sure. It could happen, but they've said, the Supreme Court justices themselves have said, a ruling will come down sometime this month. Today is simply the first day that could happen.
Okay. Thanks so much, Brian.